What's the difference between working at MBB and a Tier 2 firm like Accenture? You'll know by the end of this video. I worked at BCG, and I'm fortunate to have helped people land offers across MBB and Tier 2 firms. When I think of the people I helped, their careers were forever changed. But it didn't mean they all ended up in the same place. So if you're fortunate enough to have the chance to work at one of these firms, whether it be at McKinsey, BCG, or Bain, or a Tier 2 firm like 𝗢𝗲𝗄𝗲𝗲𝗲, which is the best fit for you? Before we explore that, let's talk about what each of these terms means. MBB stands for the top 3 consulting firms in the world: McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. McKinsey is the oldest, largest, and considered the most prestigious of the 3. It was founded in 1926 by James McKinsey, and after almost 100 years since its formation, it now has 45,000 employees across 130 plus cities in 65 plus countries. BCG was founded by Bruce Henderson in 1963 with a vision of being a pioneer in bold new approaches to running a company and helping organizations become ready to win. It now has 30,000 employees across 90 cities and over 50 countries and regions. Bain is the smallest and youngest of the MBB consulting firms with 19,000 employees across 65 cities and 40 countries. Bain was founded by Bill Bain after he left Boston Consulting Group in 1973. Now let me go over Tier 2. Tier 2 is the name given to consulting firms that aren't McKinsey, Bain, or BCG, or the Big Four, which is Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG. While there are more than just a few firms that can be considered Tier 2, each Tier 2 firm is known for its specialized knowledge across industries and/or functions. Examples include Kearney for operations strategy, ZS Associates, which is known for life sciences, Simon-Kucher, known for pricing strategy work. Here are 9 of the most common questions when it comes to knowing the difference between MBB and Tier 2. Question number 1, which is bigger? The answer is it depends. It depends on which Tier 2 firm you look at. For example, a firm like LEK has 2,000 employees, making it almost 10 times smaller than Bain, which is the smallest of the MBB firms. On the other hand, a Tier 2 firm like Accenture has almost 750,000 employees, making it 17 times the size of McKinsey, the largest of the MBB firms. In general, MBB is considered bigger, since Accenture is just a one-off example of a large Tier 2 firm. To summarize, MBB is bigger in terms of size. As mentioned earlier, it is more than 10 times bigger, having 60 to 150 offices and 20 to 50,000 employees worldwide. A majority of the largest companies, mostly from Fortune 500 companies, which represent a substantial percentage of the largest and most influential companies globally, work with at least one of the MBB. Tier 2 firms are significant, but not as massive as the MBB. They have a more modest scale than MBB, operating offices across several countries with a workforce typically numbering in the thousands. Tier 2 may work more frequently with mid-sized companies, government agencies, and nonprofits. Question number 2. What do consultants from each group do? Consultants from MBB and Tier 2 firms generally perform similar types of work, but may differ in focus and client base. MBB consultants typically work on high-impact projects. They focus on strategic issues such as market entry, growth strategies, organizational design, and operational efficiency. MBB consultants often work in small teams, collaborating closely with clients to develop tailored solutions to complex problems. Tier 2 consultants, while also working on strategic projects, may focus more on specific industries or regions. They may also be involved in implementing solutions, whereas MBB consultants are more focused on providing recommendations. Let me give you a more specific and hypothetical example of how consultants from each firm category will approach the same project. Let's look at the following project description. A large hospital network is facing challenges with operational efficiency and patient care quality. They have engaged both an MBB firm and a Tier 2 firm to develop and implement a strategy to address these issues. Let's look at the MBB approach. The MBB firm conducts a comprehensive analysis of the hospital's network's operations, identifying key areas for improvement. They develop a detailed strategic plan that includes recommendations for optimizing workflow, reducing costs, and improving patient outcomes. The MBB team works closely with hospital leadership to ensure buy-in and alignment with proposed changes. During implementation, the MBB firm provides extensive support, including project management, change management, and training for hospital staff. They also monitor progress closely, making adjustments as needed to ensure the successful execution of the strategy. Now let's take a look at the Tier 2 approach. The Tier 2 firm takes a more targeted approach, focusing on specific areas of the hospital network that are identified as high-impact opportunities. They work closely with hospital managers and frontline staff to develop and implement solutions tailored to the unique needs of each department. While the Tier 2 firm may not have the same resources as the MBB firm, they provide hands-on support throughout the implementation process. They work closely with hospital staff to address any challenges that arise and ensure that the changes are effectively implemented. Now, let's compare the two approaches. In this example, the MBB firm's approach is more comprehensive and resource-intensive, involving a detailed analysis and a comprehensive strategic plan. They provide extensive support throughout the implementation process, focusing on long-term sustainability and ensuring that the changes are embedded into the hospital network's culture. On the other hand, the Tier 2 firm takes a more focused and hands-on approach, working closely with specific departments to implement targeted solutions. While they may not have the same level of resources as the MBB firm, they provide valuable support and expertise to help the hospital network improve its operational efficiency and patient quality care. Question number 3, which one gives you better career training? Again, the answer here is, it depends. Some Tier 2 firms are known for their investment into people, while others are smaller and training is more done ad hoc, especially if the firm is only a few people. But in general, MBB firms typically offer more comprehensive and structured career training programs compared to Tier 2 consulting firms, since MBB have dedicated global training centers, structured mentorship programs, and hand-on learning experiences through client engagements. When it comes to career training, the best way to know is before you take your offer to talk to people who work at the firm on what their career training, both formally and informally, is like. Number 4, what does work-life balance look like? Work-life balance in consulting can vary between MBB and Tier 2 firms, as well as within each category based on your individual roles and projects. MBB firms often have demanding workloads and long hours. Working hours may sometimes go up to 70 to 80 hours per week. Tier 2 firms may offer more flexibility and potentially better work-life balance with varying workloads. Working hours will vary depending on the project. For example, someone doing social impact consulting may have less working hours than someone doing more complicated consulting, like M&A consulting. Question number 5, what does traveling look like? Travel varies by the firm and project. Historically, among MBB firms, McKinsey has been known for extensive travel requirements, with consultants often traveling weekly or bi-weekly, sometimes spending 4 days a week at client sites. While Bain is often considered to have slightly less travel compared to McKinsey and BCG. When it comes to Tier 2 firms, Roland Berger may involve substantial travel, while others like 𝗢𝗄𝗄𝗏 may have a more localized approach, so there would be less travel. Number 6, which offers higher compensation? MBB and Tier 2 companies both offer good pay, but who pays more depends on the type of work and which office you're at. For example, firms that do consulting for private equity firms like LEK will pay more than firms that do social impact work such as 𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So the answer here is that it depends, but generally across the board, when you compare the average Tier 2 firm to the average MBB salary, you'll earn more at MBB. Question number 7, which one has better non-salary benefits? Non-salary benefits can vary between MBB and Tier 2 consulting firms, but both offer a range of perks and benefits to their employees. MBB firms often provide performance-based bonuses, which can significantly increase total compensation for top performers. Comprehensive healthcare benefits include medical, dental, and vision. At MBB, there are retirement benefits such as 401k plans with employer contributions and/or profit-sharing arrangements. MBB has generous vacation and paid time off policies, including holidays and personal days. Tier 2 consulting firms have competitive base salaries, though generally lower than those offered by MBB firms. Tier 2 has similar comprehensive healthcare benefits, including medical, dental, and vision coverage. Tier 2 has similar travel-related benefits, including reimbursements for travel expenses and support for travel-related issues. Tier 2 offers retirement benefits such as 401k plans, though the employer contributions and our profit-sharing arrangements may be less generous than those offered by the MBB firms. Regarding paid time off for Tier 2, they have similar vacation and paid time off policies, though the specifics may vary. Question number 8. Which one offers a better career path? The answer here, again, depends on what you want to do after consulting. MBB consultants often have access to a wide range of exit opportunities, but more of generalist roles, including positions in corporate strategy, private equity, venture capital, and senior management roles. Meanwhile, a career at a Tier 2 that specializes within a certain industry will help you build the connections much faster and give you more experience. For example, if you aim to work managing a sales team or revenue team at your next company, having experience at a management consulting firm that works with sales teams, such as SBI, which specializes in working with sales teams and revenue growth, is going to give you a better start in that direction. Often as well, Tier 2 firms are smaller, so you can have a chance to get more responsibilities earlier, which furthers your career growth. And finally, question number 9. Which of these firms is right for you? At my consulting offer, whenever we work with aspiring consultants who have received offers from various firms, including MBB and Tier 2 firms, we typically advise them to ask themselves 2 questions. First is related to my answer to question number 8. What do you want to do after consulting? If you have a clear preference for working in a specialized field like life sciences, Tier 2 consulting firms often offer more focused opportunities in specific industries or sectors, providing you with a chance to develop deep expertise in your chosen field. On the other hand, if you're unsure about your career direction or want exposure to a wide range of industries and projects, MBB firms typically offer more generalist roles. These roles can be beneficial for gaining diverse experiences and exploring different career paths within consulting. If your post-consulting plans are not the primary factor in choosing between McKinsey's life science consulting team and LEK's life science consulting team, then your decision may come down to which team you felt the strongest connection with during the application process. As a consultant, you're going to be working long hours and building a network at the same time, so at least aim to do it with people you enjoy spending time with. So now you know the major differences between a career at an MBB firm and a Tier 2 consulting firm. So I'm curious, which path are you leaning toward, MBB or Tier 2 firms? If you comment below, we'll share resources on how to land interviews and prepare for your interviews, depending on where you're going to apply. For example, if you type in MBB, we'll share with you resources to land interviews and offers at an MBB firm. And if you are 100% sure of pursuing a consulting career at an MBB, Tier 2, or another consulting firm, we would love to help you. Here at My Consulting Offer, we are a team of former consultant recruiters and interviewers, and we created a free video where we share the secrets on how to get an interview, pass your interviews, and land your dream consulting job, regardless of your background. I've included a link to the free video below. All you have to do is click on the link below, and you'll be one step closer to your dream consulting job. But you don't have to take my word for it. Hear it from Obina, who landed an offer at LEK, a Tier 2 firm, despite not having any case interview experience and having very little time to prepare for them. I'll provide a link to her story somewhere above my head. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.